Hello everybody, I'm Mortika Lacrosse, and you're watching a special Strange But True since I'm in the beautiful city of Orlando, Florida. Originally I was going to film this inside Universal, but then it rained and we got soaking wet. So I've decided to film this part right here real quick, which is kind of the intro about, this Strange But True video, which is several strange facts about Universal Orlando theme park. So stay tuned to the video and stay tuned to the end for a special surprise at the end of the video.
Now, in 1971, Disney had already established itself in Florida with the opening of Walt Disney World. And Universal's then owner, MCA, was looking on enviously. Even before Disney's resort opened its gates, the chairman of the board of its recreation services group, Jay Stein, had mooted the idea of opening a studio tour in Florida to capitalize on the influx of tourists heading to Disney's property. It wasn't until the early 80s that Universal devised a plan for Florida studios and began to look for investment partners to share the risk. The Florida tour was similar to the existing Universal Studios Hollywood and was going to be built around a brand new working production facility. The plans called for a front lot, a walking tour, a tram tour, a studio back lot, a set piece designed by Academy Award winning art director Henry Bumstead, and you would see this enormous King Kong figure attack the tram as it passed over a New York bridge. Another, the Hollywood Canyon, would see a tram rolling onto a bridge in the view of Hollywood Hills. It was in 81 that they purchased 423 acres of land in Orlando to build its Florida tour. To the company's frustration, though, none of the prospective partners came on board. Even worse, its plans to begin movie magic to Florida roused the newly competitive Disney into action. The CEO, Michael Eisner, was not to let Universal invade its tour without a fight. And so that's around the time that they created their Great Ride Pavilion for Epcot Center's Future World area to try to compete with Universal, so they could blow Universal's plans out of the water. The initial plans for Disney MGM Studios announced in 85 bore a striking resemblance to Universal's tour. And at the time they were furious. They had a chance to revise the plan for Universal Studios Florida. They didn't have any choice but to revise the plan, so they revised it. However, the tram tour, the signature element of Universal Studios Hollywood, is dropped altogether from the plans from the Florida attraction. Instead, the main set pieces from the Hollywood tour, such as the Encounters of Jaws and King Kong, would be blown up into separate standalone attractions. Now, interesting fact, the entire resort is a back lot. So basically, it was equipped with a large number of large sound stages, and they immediately began hosting television and movie productions. The streets within the theme park itself, designed to recreate New York, San Francisco, and other well-known areas, and are not just walkway for guests. They were intended to be part of a real working backlot. The rides were housed in soundproof buildings so that the film could take place during the day. This dream faltered, and Disney and their competitor even began converting their own sound stages into attractions. Despite this, Universal Studios Florida is still a working production facility. Though they are sometimes occupied for the theme park special events, the sound stages at the park continue to be available for production companies. So too does the backlot. Even Islands of Adventure, City Walk, Wet n Wild, and the on-site hotels are advertised as potential shooting locations. It also has one of the world's largest parking facilities. The enormous concrete facility is the size of 14 football fields and featured space for more than 9,000 cars. It was larger than the car park at nearby Orlando International Airport. So there's another interesting, strange but true fact about that. Now, it could be much bigger. There was plans to make it much bigger. In the 90s, Universal had ambitious plan for its Orlando resort. After the disastrous opening year, Universal Studios Florida had established itself as a popular destination for visitors to Central Florida. The company's creative teams had never built a major ride before the Florida park opened, and that could now rival Disney's Imagineers. Plans were announced for a second theme park, Islands of Adventures, as well as luxury on-site hotels in the City Walk area. Island Adventure would open in 99, but Universal didn't plan to staff there. They had acquired, at the time, 2,000 acres of land from Lockheed Martin close to the Orange County Convention Center, where it planned to install two 18-hole golf courses, 700 share time units, hotels boasting no fewer than 13,000 rooms, and a second City Walk-style area. Of course, later on, by 2004, they were struggling financially, so they had to sell off most of the area, and they did to Thomas Enterprises, a developer based in Georgia. An interesting fact, it pays a big chunk of its revenues to the famous movie director Steven Spielberg, the director of Jaws, E.T., and he was a creative consultant for the park, while George Lucas is a creative consultant for Disney theme parks. And at one point, it could have been owned by Disney. Despite the bullish plans for Universal Studios Florida, the company did entertain the possibility of a truce with Disney. In 1987, the firm's CEOs met to discuss whether the two companies' attractions could be combined into a single studio park. MCA offered to drop its plan in exchange for half share in Disney MGM Studios. Disney, though, was only willing to pay MCA a small royalty to use material from its films, so they walked away. And that's basically that. And that's all the strange but true facts for this video.
So everyone, thank you for watching. If you like this kind of video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified of future strange but true videos. And anyways, thanks for watching. I'm Mortika Lacrosse, and now stay tuned for the end of this video to see the special treat for those of you that decided to stay and didn't run away like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Here it is. Thanks for watching. That's my boy. Go get brother. Go help brother. He's being attacked by the water. Go get him. Go save Bubba. It's been hot all day. Go ahead, go play in the water. No, leave your shoes on. Leave your shoes on, baby. No, leave the shoes on. Don't worry, it'll come back. Keep going.